everyone, it's Beck here from Hello, my name is Beck, popping in today to show you this one sheet wonder that I have made. This is for my friend Mary, and she is Dolly Bees here on YouTube, and you would also know her as Dolly Bees on Instagram. So I'm also making this mail as part of Vivian's from the Paper Letter blog. It's her Patreon challenge. Her Patreon challenge, or part of it this month, is to use your favourite papers. This one here is from Carta Bella. It's Flora number 3, and I really like the paper. And the other part of Vivian's challenge is a no spend for the month of March. Unfortunately, I'm not very good at this because last night I went on to Craft Online. I needed to replace an ink that has run out. It's a Memento ink. It's a black, jet black Memento ink, and that was $12. But in order to get free postage, you have to spend $50 with Craft Online. So I ended up making up to $50 in papers. So yeah, that's an epic fail for the no spend. So if you did want to follow along with this video to make this mail, you're more than welcome. It's not really a tutorial because it is quite a simple one. So you can see here that, well, I don't know whether you noticed at the beginning, one of my papers slid when I was cutting it. So I'm just trying to trim off the excess here. You can see that little edge. So I'm just trying to make sure that both the sheets are even, because you will need them to be even. So the papers you should have is 12 by 6 inches, and there should be 2 of them. And this kind of works with only sort of double-sided paper, or if you did want to use the other another type of paper, you could, and then you'd have to just cover up some of the white sides. So I'm just having a look here to see which of the designs I like on either side. So I'm then folding the actual paper in half, because they're going to actually just sit together and create a pocket in the middle. It's a really simple mail, but really effective to show off these beautiful papers, so that my friend Mary could enjoy some happy mail, and it was a good happy mail to put lots of goodies in for her. So I folded one way and one the other way. So I'm just having a look and seeing what I want as my front cover, and I wanted the bigger flower up on the right hand, like down at the bottom there. So I'm just working out how I will be able to put the 2 pages together. I was thinking whether I would use double-sided tape, which you can. You can use glue, which is another option. And then I actually decided I was going to sew mine together. By actually sewing them together, it did actually really flatten out the mail. So it's another thing about this mail which is really good, is it's a flat mail. So I come in and I take out a notch off of the top of this pocket, just so that it's like obvious that it's a pocket. And then I decide now is the time for me to sew them together. Now, if you are sewing them together, what you probably would want to do is place them like I am together now, and use some washi tape to stick them together while you're running your sewing machine around. But yeah, so you'll see me come in here now, and you're seeing my little fingers. I'm just telling you that I'm gonna sew around the edge to create this happy mail. So back now, so I've just stuck that washi tape up at the top to hold the pages together while I went round with my sewing machine. So I'm really happy with how that went. I used a purple thread very similar to what was that purple background there with the flowers. So I'm just pulling through these threads here, and I'm just finishing them off. So in order to finish off threads, instead of doing a back stitch over them, you can actually just pull one thread through to the other, and you can finish it off that way. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to decorate this. I just want to trim off that extra thread there, but I'm going to decorate this flip book and then come back to you. So I'm showing you how thin it is. It's a really, really good flat mail, this one, as long as you don't make it too bulky with goodies. And I love, love, love this Cartabella range. So the decoration I want to do, I want to make a pocket there. So I'm going to bring in the cutter parts, I think. So the cutter parts from this Flora number 3 range. And so I like that black cutter part there saying, I hope you have a lovely day. It's definitely nice British saying, nice British sentiment. So I cut that one out and I have that perfectly placed on that pocket, or on that page as a pocket. I'm just going to trim it up so that when I put the pocket on, you can actually close up the flip book without too much trouble. So I wanted to give it a little bit of gap away from the fold. So I noticed a little white tag that like a little, not a tag, like a piece of card that hadn't been properly chopped off. So I'm telling you here that if I was to sew this onto the actual flip book, you would see on the front page the thread coming through. So what I do instead is actually sew around the card so that it looks like I've sewn it onto the actual product, but I haven't. I've just sewn around the actual card itself. Showing you there, I'm quite happy with my purple stitching on the black card. And then I have double-sided tape on this side so that the pocket sticks down nicely and it looks like it's been sewn onto the flip book. The length we go to make it look perfect, hey? So I decide then, instead of peeling it all off, that I'm going to just stick the one side down and line up the other two, because they still have the double-sided backing tape on. So by lining those up first with that edge, I can then stick down the one side and then peel back the tape and stick it down, and it's in position perfectly. So I love that tip. That's one of my favourites. Make sure that you've only used one side to stick it down, because then it means that you don't mess it up completely and you have to rip it up. So come in to trim those threads off, and yeah, I really like that pocket and how that turned out. So I think the rest of the decorating I do off camera, and then I come and show you what the final project looks like. So bear with me 2 seconds, and by the magic of editing I will come back with the decorated finished project. Here we go. So my heart smiles just thinking of you, and so then I've got a heart because it says my heart smiles. Hopefully you get that. I've got a couple of washi tapes there. It's a script washi and a glitter washi up at the top. So my letter is on the left hand side in that pocket. So I've used Kiki K papers that sort of match, they tone in, and I think it was a 6-page letter that I ended up writing Mary. I've got the doilies there and hello beautiful, and then on this page I've just stuck some wax seals for her to use. I've got the with love with the flower out of it and handmade with love. I like the colours of these ones. And then up at the top I've put a doily around the edge there, And then these are some Auburn Lane die cuts that I have cut, like I've printed and I've cut out on my Cricut, and I've just put that little tab on top of that bag. That was inspired by Projector from Pretty Crafty Tales. She did the tabs on top of the envelopes that you saw recently in the incoming mail. And then that one says, "You are a treasured friend," with some enamel dots behind it. So hoping you like this. Can you give it a like and a comment if you do, and subscribe if you haven't? Thanks. Bye.